Somewhere between fabulous and scintillating.
All the right words. All the good words.
Well, the big was I got. This is a secret one.
Is that a recorder? Wow, I haven't seen one of those before. Secret.
No one knows.
Ezio.
Well, ex-army intelligence, you know.
Oh, there you go, exactly. Well, you know how I work. I just tap in and go with the flow. We see where it takes us.
Did you get my book on poetry? I said you wanted. I said
no. Did you mail it to me?
No. I got 2 books out, and I've sent you one and not the other, possibly.
Oh, when did you send me that?
Oh, ages ago.
No, I didn't get it.
Okay, petals, leaves and thorns.
No.
Oh my God!
Did you send it here?
The last thing I said to me when I left was, "Congratulations on your new career." No, what's he talking about? 6 months later, I've got a book out on poetry.
Well, these things come up. Half the time I have no idea why I say things. It's just the way spirit works. But no, I didn't get it.
Okay,
Did you mail it here?
No, look, I probably haven't, because I just sent it out.
Well,
I would have had you down on my list, that's all.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. No, but I haven't. I didn't get it. But because we've got the post office box, and we've also got people mail things to there or sometimes to here.
But to here.
Well, I have to admit I haven't looked in there for a while because I don't normally get things sent there. It's usually full of junk mail.
Okay.
But I'll have a look. When I come back on Wednesday, I'll have a look because I didn't bring the key with me for the letterbox. But you know what I do? I pretty much just tap in and away we go. Who's Harry, by the way?
My father.
Because he's standing there to say to him, tell him Harry's first. You know? So your dad's obviously wanted to make sure he comes in first.
That's great.
He's smiling. He just said to me, he's very proud of you, wants you to know that, you know. He said he likes the way that you actually ready to explore the extent of your mind, the outer boundaries of your own mind and your own heart and your own soul. He says it's good to him. He said he would never have thought the sort of things that you can conceive of was something that his family would think of, but he's very appreciative of it all, you know. He's very proud. He's a good man. He's a good man. I feel like he was a bit of a character, you know, a little bit of a character. Yeah, definitely a little bit of a character. Did he like a drink occasionally, a whiskey? Because it looks to me like there's a whiskey there.
Or beer, I'd say.
Yeah, this looks like a whiskey. It looks like a whiskey. It's untouched though. I have to be honest and say it's sitting on a bar stool on a bench next to him. Sorry, it's got a little bit in it, but it hasn't been drunk. Sorry.
Might have been rum. Used to drink rum.
Could have been rum.
Yeah, rum and milk.
Oh, did he? Yeah, it could have been rum. It could have been rum. When you said rum, all the lights started blowing up, so going off in my head. So, did he have a little bit of trouble with his chest or his throat? Did he?
Interesting, because he had fertilisers went out in those days, and DDT and stuff like that.
Yeah, they caused a bit of an issue. Yeah, exactly. But I can see there's a little bit of a choking and a gagging that comes on from there as well. He said to me, worse things can happen to you than dying. So he's a bit of a character, a little bit of a character. Who was Lenny or Leonard? Was that a friend of his, was it?
Can't think of it.
It may not be quite Leonard. It might be a name that sounds like that, like Leonoy or...
No. Red-haired guy. Not Laurie.
Leslie, maybe?
No, it's a red-headed farmer, and he actually had a drinking problem, and Laurie, oh my gosh, it'll come to me in a minute. They were good friends anyway, and if he went on a bender, he'd come over and he'd just spend a few days at our house.
Yeah. Because he showed me this bloke,
Yeah.
Definitely a heavy drinker.
Yeah. Red hair.
Yeah, I was going to say, he looks to me like he's a little bit ginger.
Yeah.
I thought it was something like Leonard or something like that. But he's got this fella there as well. The guy's waving. He's telling me to say hello as well.
Yeah.
And there's a lady standing way back in the background who I think might have been an old family friend. I think her name was Ruth.
Yeah, that was my mother's friend.
Your mother's friend, because I could tell she wasn't a relative, but she felt like a friend.
Yeah,
She waved in the background, she waved in,
Yeah.
And that's probably your mum that's just joined her now, I'd say, because another lady's just come along and stood alongside her and tell me to say hi.
Yeah.
She says to me, they're lucky you've got a good memory because, they bring up people and you remember them all, which is wonderful, She says to me that she likes the fact that you've been doing some writing. She said it's good to share, to share your creative spirit. She said that's what the world needs from you at the moment, so that's keep doing it. She said you're doing a good job with it. She said all the guardian angels are watching over you. I'm very proud. She's letting me hear what sounds to me like church bells going off, which I can hear, which is nice. And she says they're tolling for you, Tolling, it's a nice word. I haven't heard anybody use that word for a long time, She said they're tolling for you, She says her and your father are together over there in the afterlife. She said we're still quite different people, we have different perspectives on things. She said, but we're united where it matters. And she said it wants me to tell you as well. Was he keen on the races, your father? Horse races? Because she's showing me talking about the Derby, and I thought, well, the only thing I could think of was a horse race, so she says he'd put on his cap and get down to the track and away he'd go,
His brother was a jockey and died on the track, actually.
So that's probably who she's talking about.
So the family that in that.
Yeah,
Through that.
I suspect that's who she's talking about, your dad's brother,
That's right.
Because she said he put on his cap and get on down the track, And I could see this man just standing there, but I thought, I don't know who he is, but I guess that's him, Very strong fellow for considering his size, very, very powerful, She's head injuries, I believe, is what he would have had, and also probably some punctured lungs as well. But he was in a bit of a bad space. Your dad seems to be happy to have met up with him and have this reunion there as well, Interesting enough, I keep seeing this image over there of what I think it feels like the Christ, I have to say, This whole sort of Christ consciousness energy just coming through the back wall there, which is lovely.
I just did a YouTube on it, but the historical Christ.
Did you?
Just went out and I had yesterday, I've had 53 hits already. And
wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting because that's just building up over here. I was quite surprised. I was quite trying to wonder why all your family's been standing in that corner, because this energy over here has been empty, but vast. There's been a sense of vastness around it. I think this is the religious, spiritual side of things coming into play, into your world. This is the practical side, So you've got families just moved across, which shows a certain amount of deference and understanding of it. This is part of what you're meant to be doing, which is interesting. There's actually a little bit of a connection, and I'm not quite sure why, but I want to say it's Greece, some sort of connection to Greece. Any idea what that's all about? I guess it's going to unfold for you, but it feels like ancient Greece. I'm not quite sure why. I'm seeing quite a monolithic statue, and I'm seeing very old the white rocks, running down towards the ocean, and there's actually a very strong cross there with a little circle around the outside edges of it. So,
okay, it's just Cathar cross.
Yeah,
like a circle.
With a circle.
Yeah.
It's just standing there on a hillside in front of me, right in my face. These are for you, by the way. I say in front of me, but they're your imagery. So there's definitely a leading towards continuing a desire for them to continue with you on that side of it. A lot of the spiritual aspects that you actually have been working on have been coming to the fore in more recent times. Little bits that you had unlocked years ago, which didn't quite make sense, were coming home to make sense now. So, your mum's telling me the missing ingredient in most of it was time. And she said that's the part. She's telling me that her and your father have both discovered that time doesn't affect things the way we feel like it does here on Earth. Time is actually like a catalyst in the spirit world to bring things into play at the right moment, the right time, the right way, There's a lady called Catherine walking around here too. Was she an auntie? Was she Kate?
I'm not sure. There was a Kate in there.
But she's walking around on this spiritual side rather than the family side. So,
okay, Catherine. Oh, no, was that? She's not a nun, short nun.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, little calm white nun.
Could be.
She's one of my guides.
Ah, well, she's walking around on this side, Cat, because
sure.
I said that some people might have called her Kate. She said, not if I heard them. So I thought, okay, she was tough. But she was walking around here, and she came in beautiful face, lovely white complexion, you know, with really nice skin.
Mary.
Sorry?
Possibly.
Catherine.
Catherine.
Yeah, her name's Catherine.
Catherine. Oh, yeah.
So she just walked around there.
Okay.
But she's on the spiritual side of things, and she's just coming in there. Interestingly enough, she feels to me very, very maybe Celtic Anglo, you know, maybe Irish Catholic, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But she's a gorgeous woman, beautiful face, soft heart. You know, her heart just radiates. And she says to me that a lot of the inspirations that you get from the higher beings are filtered through her and others. So she's telling me so. She said because they help put things into words. Because sometimes it's not always easy to put into words. But she's saying you do a remarkable job, so wonderful. Who was inspiring the poetry when you were doing it?
Oh, it's wide-ranging. It's spiritual, political, satirical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's coming from all sorts of ranges, which is really, really nice, you know. I think they're proud of you. There's a bit of a round of applause going on. It's nice for me to hear that. I genuinely like it, you know. There's a man called Ernie just walking around here now too. Is he an old mate, was he?
I've been a few Ernies in my life.
I think he has some sort of German or Austrian ancestry.
Some of these things are lost in the mist of time.
Yeah.
87.
I want to call him Ernst, rather than Ern.
There was an Ernst, Yeah, but only for a brief period.
Was he a military buddy or something, was he? Well, he's standing behind you, but I want to call him Ernst, you know. He came in just said to say hello, just waved, went like that, like this, the little victory thing. I'm not sure what that was about, but he just did it. So, but he made me feel of German or Austrian. I'm not quite sure why, but he had a little bit of that thing there as well, you know, which is interesting. But just popped in to say g'day as well. They say that there's a new batch of writing coming up as well next year for you. So some new inspiration with a slightly different twist. Yeah. So enjoy it. Make your videos is what your mum just yelled out. So she yelled out, make your videos. And so they're making the spiritual bullets. Your family's helping you fire them, you know, which is nice. That's what you want, a bit of both sides, which is really, really quite good. Are you married?
I've got a partner, and so it's as good as married. It's
as good as married.
Yeah, Monica. Yeah.
Because your mum said to me she likes your wife.
Oh, okay.
I thought I didn't think you were married.
Yeah, 15 years now.
Oh, okay, well that's good. She likes her, you know. She said can be quite an inspirational partner, you know, which is good.
Understanding.
She actually feels that you've actually found somebody now who compliments you, and this has been probably the first time that's really happened.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Tell her I like her," so she wants to pass it on to her. Is she a little bit of a skeptic? Is she?
Yes, because once it happens, but she just takes things because I can talk to her, but she doesn't necessarily take it on board, because some of the stuff I talk about is really...
is left of centre.
So far out.
It is,
you can't.
And I get that.
And I've got a bit of a problem with it myself, because it's really... it's like... they're giving me warnings.
Well, that's partly one of the reasons why she's good for you to have as a partner, from what I can see through your mum's eyes, because as a partner she helps perspective. Yeah. You know, because when you're the voice piece or the messenger or the person that's receiving this stuff, it can often be a little bit strange, as you say, because it challenges your own notions as well. You know, and there's very few people that you can really have an open discussion about it. You know? I mean, I understand that because I've been there plenty of times in my own life, you know. Because most people just think you're crazy. You know, they don't understand that you're actually dealing with a whole different concept of consciousness, you know.
Well, some of the messages, and for the world, the warnings, you know, for the human race, and they're really quite extreme. And so, you know, I've just said, fair enough, I'm happy to put this stuff out there, but I just need some really positive proofs before I do that. I can't.
Yeah, and and that's actually the right way to go, Johnny, because when I first started, I was always told, from my earliest teachers, test the spirits, test the information you're getting, because you can get 3 bits right and 1 bit wrong, and the bit that's wrong can cancel out everything else, So you got to do the tests, and I think your mother thinks that's why Monica's a good person to have in your life, She's obviously a bit of a sweetheart too, is she? Yeah. Because your mum tells me she's got a kind heart and a lovely face, So
real carer.
Enjoys her. Who's Margaret, by the way? Oh, that's Margaret Dent.
Oh, my Margaret, that was the daughter of the guy. Margaret, I was a cousin. I had a cousin, Margaret.
Ah, well, it's got to be her.
Yeah.
Very psychic young lady.
I believe she was.
Yeah, she definitely was. I thought for a minute there, I thought she might have been Margaret Dent, who was a famous medium that's crossed over, but it's not her. It's a different Margaret. But she just came in and she just, a little starburst of light accompanied her as she came in. She was like a new star forming in the galaxy, which was interesting. And she's talking about that a little bit, the way the information comes to you, They blast it into you first, give you the concept that's so outrageous that you can't get your head around it. Then bit by bit, the other bits fill in the blanks and help it make sense. So she says to me, that's the way God works with you, Johnny, your mum just said. So she's happy with that. There's a really interesting little array of people joining us, aside from the whole sort of spiritual, high-level spiritual stuff that was being here and your family over there. Behind you, I'm actually seeing, interestingly enough, a little connection to some of the great mediums and teachers that this country's produced, and not just this country, but a few of them around. So there's definitely a gathering. I saw Fiona, who's been over in spirit for a long time.
Yeah, McCallum. Yeah.
Yeah, did you know her?
Yeah, I had a number of sessions with her. Yeah.
Oh, well, she just popped in behind you. She surprised me,
She's a wild redhead.
Yeah, she surprised me. I never met her, so but she just walked in. She let me know who she was, and I thought, well, she's there. It's interesting enough. There's actually interesting enough behind her. There's Doris Stokes as well. So I can see her in the background waving, giving a little bit of a kiss. And one that you probably don't know, but who was a wonderful gifted medium. Her name was Estelle Roberts.
I've heard of her, but I've never had the pleasure.
Yeah, I know. She was English. She wasn't in this country, but there's definitely a little gathering of some of the people that have been pioneers in their fields. So the gathering of those people shows you that if they were in the same boat as you are and as we are now, they were bringing forward a message that nobody thought was real, and I think they had to live with it, the ridicule and the self-doubt that goes with it. So they had to say things so they do understand it, Fiona's smiling. She said to me, "You were always destined for this," so she said, "I told you so." And then she just laughed. So you knew her. I didn't know her. I never met Fiona McCallum.
Yeah.
Seems like a nice lady.
She was, and she said, "You're a bit of a wild man, John." She said, "You should have had someone like me." She said, "Real passion, very passionate."
Yeah. Were you partners, or did you date or something?
No. Just I saw her on a number of occasions. She was at near Paddington over that she had a place over there.
Yeah, I didn't know her.
She was a bit of a pioneer because the Women's Day, the psychics go in that book. And before any were in there. They gave her a test and they said, if you can work out who this palm is and tell us about this palm, if you're correct, we'll let you have a column in the Women's Day. And she was there and she showed me. She said, this guy's a real... she said, he's a bit of a megalomaniac, but I'm pretty sure it's Bob Hawke, and it was. And that started all the psychics into the Women's Day, so she was a real pioneer in that area.
Well, I felt like she was a pioneer. I felt that that's the reason they were coming, And then, as I said, I saw Estelle Roberts, and then I saw the other lady that I mentioned before as well, Doris Stokes. So I thought a few of them were coming forward, and interesting that there's a bit of a gathering of them. So there's a three connection. I don't see that often, John.
Support.
Well, yeah. I mean, we got God on one hand, family on the other, and the pioneers of the spiritual movement on the other. So that's a bit of a three-pronged attack. It's actually doing my head in a little bit because I don't often. Occasionally I see them. I mean, but they pop into other people's readings if they've been clients over a period of time, or people that made an influence on them, you know, and so that's why they're doing it. So they're definitely in your corner. So keep working with it. When you feel comfortable, then you put the stuff out there. There's no pressure. Fiona's telling me it's meant to be done in your own time, in your own way, you know. There's a man called Stan now, just coming in here as well.
I don't know. There was a Stan, and you had no hair.
Well, I don't know.
Whether he died or not, I don't know.
I actually got his name wrong. His name's Stuart. My apologies.
Oh, Stuart.
I said Stan, but I heard, no, I'm Stuart, and it's actually a surname.
Oh.
Funny enough, he's holding crisp dollar bills in his hand. Very old-fashioned dollar bills. I'm not sure why. He might have been a banker or somebody. Oh, he was a bookmaker. He was a bookmaker. He's with you. He's with your dad and your uncle.
Yeah, could have been involved.
So yeah, he was involved with them.
Yeah.
He was a bookie.
Okay.
I thought he had crisp dollar bills, but he's got a tote bag there too.
Oh.
What are you doing? You're taking bets now, even in the afterlife. It's hilarious, isn't it? You know? It's your dad laughing. He just wanted to put a smile on your face. He said, "You came from rascals, son. What hope did you have?" That's very funny. Came from rascals. What hope did you have?
Just carrying on a tradition.
Yeah, well, that's it, you know. He said the whole family, even before my generation, was all slightly like this. He said we were all a little bit on the left side of crazy, you know. He said, but at least we were never boring.
Yeah. That's right.
Never boring.
True.
Which he finds really, really nice. Do you have a son as well? Do you have a son?
I have, yes, Mark, yeah.
Oh, how many children do you have?
A boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl.
Yeah,
Show me your son.
Yeah.
What's he been up to? Has he been sort of doing... What work does he do?
He's in superannuation and still loves sport. And,
he showed me some travel around him for some reason.
He hasn't been doing a lot of travelling.
I know we can't now with COVID and what have you.
A lot of travelling. He was doing a lot of travelling.
Your mum and dad showed me a lot of travelling around him. They said they loved doing all of that as well.
Yeah,
they said to me that he's an interesting fella.
He's got a lovely personality.
Yeah.
But because we're on, I mean, not him, like you said, when you're out there, you're at odds with just about everybody, because who do you talk to? There's not that many you can actually connect with, and people, when they just react, you can't blame them. So in the end, you don't really talk to too many people.
No.
I find on YouTube it frees me up, and I just say things there, and I feel if people are meant to listen,
they will. If they're attracted to it, they'll be drawn to you. And that's exactly the way to do it.
Yeah.
But your mum's saying he's a gorgeous boy, so she's sending him some love.
Yeah.
Is he a dad now?
Yeah. He's got two boys, two girls.
She said a gorgeous boy, he's a good dad.
He's a very good.
So she's giving him a kiss. Now she's showing me another lady, which I'm assuming is your daughter.
Yeah. She's a good mother as well.
Yeah. She said salt of the earth that way. She's an earth mum. Teaches the kids about all the things that are important about the planet and what have you, all that stuff.
And very open.
Yeah. She said to me she's got a psychic radar on her through that one.
Yeah.
She's a very intuitive young lady.
Yeah.
Did she have a couple of stomach issues for a while or something, your daughter?
Yeah. She had that swine flu and things like that.
Because it looks to me like there was some illness around there, which affected her organs, the working of her organs. But she looks like it's over the worst.
She's definitely improving in more ways than one.
Yeah, she looks like she'll be okay.
Yeah, she had a real hard financial battle.
Did she? Can I ask, did she put on a little bit of weight?
Yeah, because she had to exercise because she's got a bad knee.
Yeah. Your mum said it sort of makes her look a little bit like a nun in a good holy way. It's a funny description. Yeah, I guess so. She said it's what we see when we're looking from we're looking from here to there. Keep working on the books, keep working on your writing, your teaching.
Is there anything about France next year coming up?
France?
South of France?
I think there's definitely a trip overseas there. Yeah, as soon as you asked, I thought, I'm hearing it. I saw the vineyards and all that kind of stuff, so I thought definitely a trip over there. Is that for some sort of conference or something?
No. This is it's actually to reclaim Cathar artifacts
Okay, lovely.
that they had to bury because of the Inquisition.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a lot of stuff with that. Again, that can't happen without financial energy coming in.
Yeah.
This is big time stuff.
I felt like it starts opening up, the idea of it starts opening up towards the end of next year.
That's right.
Is what it seemed like to me. You know, I feel like there's a trip over there. I do feel like there's a few roadblocks in the way, though, I have to say. But I do feel like there's a trip over there. I feel like it might have already happened now had we not got into this situation we're in now. But I feel like we're talking about from August.
That's exactly it.
Sometime on, you know.
August, yeah.
So is what we're looking at. That's
the plan. Yeah.
I was about to say that's the plan, even from their side of view. So providing they can bring it all together.
Yeah. Tricky business.
Fiona just said to me, it's a lot harder to manipulate things on Earth than we expected it to be when we got over here. I guess it probably is.
Yeah.
You know, I never even thought about asking him how hard that was, but you know, they probably figured that they'd get over there and they'd be able to make all sorts of changes down here. But
sometimes I feel I've got them working real hard.
Yeah. The energies of the Earth make it tough. They make it tough. But they're saying to me that's the plan and you should stick to the plan as best as you can. Yeah, I guess in a nutshell, that's it.
That's it.
In a nutshell, that's it.
Yeah.
There's a bloke called Ron just standing back there now. Funny enough, I feel like he was a spiritual healer of some sort. I feel like he's actually with Fiona and Doris Stokes. He's with that little group of people there. I don't know him and I don't think you did either.
Yeah.
But his name is Ron.
Yeah.
But I feel like he was a spiritual healer. Okay. He's telling me he's also providing some energy to help get you to this place for next year as well.
Yeah.
Not sure where the pot of the land of the rainbow lies, he said, but we'll do our best. They'll do their best. Is it your birthday around this time, Johnny?
Yeah, 1st November.
Oh, because your mum said to me, and by the way, happy birthday coming up soon. We'll be celebrating. What is that? 86, did you say?
87.
87. Oh, you're 86 now.
Yeah.
So you're 87. Wow. You look real good for your age, mate. In good shape, you know, for your age. Yeah, fighting fit, always. She's saying to me that you have longevity on your side, so you've got time to do what you need to do. And she said, you've got the countenance of a man 30 or 40 years younger than where you're at. So, you know. Well, that's true. That's true. Doris Stokes just yelled out, age is just a number.
Yeah, exactly.
Any questions before we wrap up, Johnny?
There's the name Escalmond fit in at all?
I'm not seeing it. But interestingly enough, is that something to do with France as well? Because I actually saw what looked like, I said I didn't see it, and then I actually saw what looked like prison bars with padlocks on them. I didn't understand what that was for. Any idea what that connects to?
The Inquisition hunted her for 30 years. But she actually in the end died a natural death.
Okay.
And I'm getting quite a lot of guidance. I was told that I should change my guides, and I said, look, I'm just so happy I'm just with gratitude for what I have. But a number of things happened that really, literally, spiritually kicked me in the guts, you know, and it literally made me move on and change guidance, or not change, the others are there, but just move to other. And I've been very involved with this Escalmond, and I'm getting stronger communications, but you know, you can never have it quite strong enough.
No, but even for me, it's never quite strong enough.
Yeah.
That's the trick. That's the way they keep the spiritual law in place, you know. But I saw the gates that were like that, and they had a chain wrapped around them.
Okay.
When you actually asked about that name, and then I saw a key being put near the lock, but not in the lock. So that's why I asked you, does it mean anything? Because I guess what we're talking about is the secrets that you're looking for, or the information you're looking for is there. It's just a little bit more digging and turning.
Because it's amazing. Some of these locations, they're giving me I go to Google Earth, and they just go and it comes out, and then one, you go from Google Earth and you go to what they call road, and you're on the road, and I turned around and there was the entrance to the cave right there, you know. So there's things like this connecting to show you that
it's they're trying to pull them into place. Yeah, I do understand.
There's a reality there, you know.
Yeah, trying to pull them into place.
Anyway.
Well, that's good. Well, I think the keys to that have been given to you. I think when you asked me about that name, I saw the keys just the chain was there, the padlock was on it. It was a big old-fashioned one. I had a key just next to it, but it wasn't in the lock. It was getting close. Anyway, it's been great talking to you, my friend. Nah, put away your money. I don't want your money. I don't want your money.
No.
You use it for your trip to France. Okay. You can pay me next time. Pay me next time. Please take it as a gift. I enjoy that. I think you know, sometimes we're not here for money. We're here to help each other, you know. And there's very few people that you know that can sort of have a look at that. And I feel a little bit honoured being shown the sort of things that I'm shown on your behalf, you know. So you know. I mean, next time I'll take your money, but this time I don't need it.
Well, look, it's always a privilege.
Yeah, me too.